I was looking forward to talking to David Hochberg today, who joins us now live from Hochberg Mobile One. And Team Hochberg at 855-56-DAVID, 56david.com. David, I don't know if you saw this story this week, but an economist said it is the current young male that is the greatest threat to housing prices in the future because young men are staying home longer, living with their parents longer, and waiting longer than they even need to buy a house. So therefore, it's up to young women to pull that train. Are you seeing any trend like that, or is this lady crazy?
No, I just think that economists are worthless, and they just put out stupid information that people don't understand.
Well, let me see if I can find some more of those.
Confuse people. Yeah, I hear, and then you can find an economist that'll write, that there are young women out there that are staying at home and young men are driving it. I mean, what do these economists do? They look at numbers and make predictions that 90% of the time are wrong. Stay in your lane and don't and get out of the housing industry market. We got enough challenges. We don't need idiots like this making people not want to buy houses. And so here's the truth: you could buy a house no matter what plumbing you have, male, female, or whatever you identify as, for as little as $0 down with a VA loan. If you served our country and earned the right to secure a VA loan, you could buy a home for as little as 3% down if you qualify under certain Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loan programs. You could buy a home for as little as 3.5% down if you're trying to secure an FHA loan. You could secure a loan for 100% plus your closing costs if you're in a rural area and with a USDA loan. So, I mean, there are a lot of different loan programs out there, and I'm a huge fan of buying real estate for as little money down as possible because it's all about leverage. That's how you make money in real estate. Any other studies you want to bounce off me?
Are you awake enough to be driving, or is your driver driving?
No,
you sound a little sleepy today.
I'd like you to invite somebody from IDOT on.
Okay.
To talk about, when I hit Addison, right, and there were 7 to 10, maybe 15 workers working on the Kennedy, which is great. The reversible lanes, it's wonderful, and I haven't seen a construction worker except people in their trucks driving back and forth. Oh, I'm up here to the exchange here by Fullerton. I see some lights. Why aren't? And again, I'm not knocking the construction workers. It's just, why aren't we doing this full blast on one of the busiest intersections, roadways, highways in the United States? Can somebody from IDOT explain to everybody?
Let's look into that. Let's get some answer. Is it possible they don't have enough workers?
I don't know. It would be nice to know, so people like me are about ready to lose their mind. If for the little mind I've got left, have to sit in this for another 120 days.
Well, I think right now they're on spring break.
Oh, the workers are?
I think they're on spring break, at least until next Monday.
The idea that you're about to lose it is not going to move the needle on this because you're always about to lose it.
That's true.
All right, so talk to me about money.
Yeah, just this week, it's been to bury your head in the sand philosophy. I had one guy call me. Yeah, I called you 6 months ago. You gave me great advice. Appreciate it. Then we called our credit union, and they turned us down. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad, for the respect and the loyalty that I gave you, all that great information. I go, he's like, well, I couldn't find your number. I'm like, okay. Horrible excuse.
Yeah,
okay. So long story short, he went up from a 560 to a 615, and the wife went up from a 580 to a 635. Okay. The good news is this guy is self-employed. He's got tough income. It was going to be tough to bring him on the loan anyway. Wife's a nurse making 85 G's a year. So I'm like, well, didn't the person at the credit union, drop you off the loan and just put the saddle on your wife and roll with her? No, they didn't talk about it. I'm like, well, okay, great. I'm glad you wasted all that time going there. So we're in the process of helping this listener who couldn't find me, right? That's
you are hard to find. You're quiet and
I am hard
shy.
To find.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mortgage guy, Chicago. Okay, boom. Turn the radio on, maybe. So maybe plug my phone in after I gave you great advice 6 months ago that helped get credit scores up 60 points before you go to a credit union doesn't know what they're doing. Okay, so we're going to put this guy into this lady, right? He's going to be on title. He's still going to own the house. That was his major concern. And he's going to get into a better position. And then down the road, if and when rates ever drop and his credit scores continue to improve because he's got like $35,000 worth of credit card debt, which he would have brought the loan down anyway, they're going to do a cash-out refinance, pull money out under the wife's name, pay off his debt, pay off her debt. Their credit scores will get better, and then we'll just refinance them at the end of the year if and when rates drop into a better loan. So just burying your head in the sand, it doesn't work. And, I don't understand. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. You've had $7 in your bank account for the last 18 months. Okay. The fairy money, the money fairy isn't just going to wake up one night and sprinkle 40 grand into your bank account so you can pay off your debt, right? You got equity in your home. The one thing that everybody who's owned a home, Steve, over the past 4 years is built up equity due to the shortage of housing and due to the low rates. You've picked up a ton of equity in your home to use that equity to pay off your debt. I know you love that sexy 2%, 3%, 4% loan, but guess what? You got $40,000 to $80,000 worth of credit card debt that's sinking you. So you can either sit and look at that pretty little, rate, or you could take a look at a higher rate with a lower monthly payment. And to me, it's all about the monthly payment. So that's my success story of the day.
Well, but that's a fair take on things. And again, if you ask Hochberg for research and information, why would you go to someplace else and then come back and find out that it was right? I mean, it's fine, but you're just wasting time.
Right.
So 855-56-DAVID, 56david.com. Are you going to be okay?
I'm going to be all right. I just passed the interchange, over by Fullerton. And a bunch of trucks out there, no workers. I listen, again, I'm not knocking the workers. The workers are just doing the job that they're told to do. I like to know why there aren't many, like 10 times the amount of workers out here. All right, we have 15 guys working on the Kennedy. Great. I can use 150. All right? I mean, what the hell we do? We got 10 miles.
Get it done.
I talked about it.
Get it done.
10 miles on.
Get it done. Get it done so David doesn't have to have this conversation with you again. Thank you, David Hochberg.
Thursday, I talk about this. Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, you keep talking. I'm going to put you on hold. 855-56-DAVID, 56david.com. He does get it done. I mean, we've all benefited.
Yeah, no question.
That's just it.
He's amazing. Rate, what is it? Rent the rate? Rent the rate.
Rent the rate.
Rent the rate.
Rent the rate. That's
it. Get her done.
Yeah, because he'll tell you when to refi.